All right, we're here doing Act 2. We have no idea where we left off, so we're going to be figuring that out. Oh, we took the coffee dripper.
Okay.
We have the
I
gremlin.
think. Do we have a self repair? Is that why we took coffee dripper so confidently?
It's a good question. We do have a self-repair.
Oh, we have a Seek Plus too. We have quite a few upgrades. A lot of decent damage. Like I like the upgraded Streamline and Rebound. We can be rebounding the Streamline.
Good point.
Solid.
I remember you saying at the end of last time, I didn't remember anything about our deck, but I remember you saying, we need some scaling.
Yes, we do. Like we have pretty decent damage. Like I think like it'll be okay for a lot of Act 2 fights, but we definitely need some orbs or like something to like massively upgrade our attacks. Because we're not beating 3 with this.
All right. Now, how did we decide to go?
311 gold. And so I'm happy to look for an early shop. Maybe we can do we how do we do against an elite? We don't have too much AoE, right? Like we have sweeping beam. I feel like some of these elites could hit us pretty hard. Although Gremlin Horn helps a lot against the Gremlin leader and the slavers too, honestly.
I think I wanted to go left, and you were like, I think maybe we should go right, take an elite here, get the shop, and then probably dodge the burning and just take one elite this chapter. That's my recollection.
That sounds good to me. Maybe take the middle or yeah, the left you were saying? I'm down.
I was saying left, but
We
I,
get
I think there's also a case for going kind of middle-ish.
I honestly kind of prefer the early shop because that can help us really decide if we do want to go hunting for elites or not.
But the elites are all forced. I mean, I guess this one
But we can
isn't.
go like we can go for like the double and the triple elite even.
We can choose between 2
Like
and 3. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I don't think we're necessarily trying to go into the burning elite, but we'll see what our deck is like.
All right. So we're going to start left.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Um, Not a great
Dreaded
fight for buffer.
avocado. But
Yeah.
equilibrium here is big.
Yeah. Equilibrium and strike? No, strike doesn't do anything. I guess equilibrium and defend. But maybe we want to keep the defend. Oh yeah, we have
No, I
we have
like it.
4. Equilibrium buffer doesn't help.
I like equilibrium defend. Like that full blocks, and then we can hold the buffer for next turn when it's more likely to use its 21 attack.
I guess there's no point in using our last energy.
We can let's see here. Do we want to seek anything? I mean, zap is free, I guess. So like, maybe just zap rebound.
Zap rebound. All right. I'm gonna
Then
start
we
with.
can rebound zap and then sweeping beam and zap again, maybe.
All right. So I'm gonna rebound here. No shit. I forgot how rebound ordering works. My bad.
Fine. I mean, it wouldn't have been that big a deal.
All right. So maybe streamline rebound and defend.
Take 7. Hmm.
I guess the other choice is just sweeping beam and see what we get. That's zap, right? I
I, I
forgot about
I
that. Yeah.
prefer doing just honestly like buffer and then like streamline or something.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I forgot
because
they weren't multi-hitting this turn.
I don't think we even need to take 5 damage this fight.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. I forgot they weren't multi-hitting this turn. I was like, but that only blocks one of them. Alright, not our greatest turn.
Pretty meh, but not bad.
I'm gonna hit him.
Just 2 damage. Oh, actually, no, we have the captain's wheel. We don't even take any damage. All 3 of the boat relics, the anchor, the horn cleat, and the captain's wheel are all excellent relics.
This is gonna be a fight. Streamline looks pretty good.
Especially an upgraded streamline.
So I guess the question is, what do we want to rebound here?
I'm honestly happy to just rebound Zap. Or we could rebound Equilibrium.
That's what I was
Guarantee
thinking.
block next turn. Lethal here, actually. Zap, dual cast. Pretty close.
I think it's 4 off. Wait, yeah, 16 and then 6 more. So we do 22.
Pretty close, though.
I'm
We're
gonna full
happy with
block.
that.
It's okay to take 1 damage, yeah. Alright.
We handled the avocado pretty well. That's encouraging.
We haven't discussed either charge battery or force field yet.
Do you want to give your thoughts first?
Yeah, so force field seems like a card that in a certain deck could be a lot of block for very little. But 12 block for 2 is not something I'd be that excited about, and obviously we have like no powers at all, so I think force field is terrible for us. And I'm not sure I've ever played a deck where it would be that good. Like I've definitely played a deck with a bunch of powers, but I'm not sure how many you have to be running before this feels like a good card. I guess it's like often gonna be bad the first cycle through the deck, and then like in a deck where you're running a bunch of powers will be good the second cycle through. But how many? There are a lot of fights where that's not all that relevant. So I'm down on force field. Charge battery I think is okay, and I think it's probably another rebound here.
A second rebound is a possibility. Force Field, I think, is a good card, but it's not good for us right now because we don't have any powers, so we don't have any way to lower its cost really. But uh, it can be really good when you have things like creative AI and you're trying to, set up a bunch with whatever like bias cog, defrag, capacitor. It just becomes like a great block engine, and Defect has a lot of ways to get like the right cards that he wants, with holograms and seeks. So it's a lot of block for what it can become. And charge battery is, I think, solid. It's like, it's okay. It does the job. It's some good block. I like the energy it gives next turn, but you have to really have like good draw to really make the most of that energy. We also have the coffee dripper. So do we need the energy that much? I don't think so. But rebound is like it's good. It's okay. It enables streamline, but it's not the scaling option we're looking for either. I think I would rather skip here.
Hmm. So if we didn't have a rebound, would you take rebound here? Is it the second one that's dropping off, or are you just not interested in
Yeah,
Flyaway?
yeah. That's it. It's mostly just that it's like it it's a card that we already have that fulfills a purpose. That's a little niche. Like once we get our scaling option, like we're not going to be happy that we're drawing rebounds instead of the cards that are helping us set up.
Sure, you can't rebound to defragment.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I always like skipping. I'm always tempted to avoid battles in Act 2, so I would probably go the left path here, but I assume you want to go the right path?
I like events. I think better players would take the two fights, but find events fun. So
Alright,
I say go left.
sweet.
See, this is an amazing event. Like, choose one of 20 cards here is so much. Like, our options just opened up incredibly. I'm not even thinking about the 14 health here.
Alright. A lot of cards to talk about, so I'm just going to say my favorite card in each row, because I think that might make a fun game.
I'm down for that.
I think in general, my favorite card on the top is Compile Driver, which I think we talked about and you said is quite good for a common. And I think for our deck, I'm probably still on Compile Driver because I don't think the others help us very much. White Noise. There's a case for White Noise. I shouldn't ignore White Noise. Alright, I'm between Compile Driver and White Noise for top row.
Okay. Yeah, for the top row, like we've talked about Claw, I think the last one, not great. Steam Barrier is okay, some decent little block. Aggregate eventually becomes really good, but you need a bigger deck. It's more for later. And I do like Compile Driver a lot. I don't think we have any Frost Orbs yet, though, do we? Like we're pretty much we only have Lightning Orbs in our deck right now, I think.
Yep.
Um, which does kind of limit its effectiveness. It's essentially like a worse sweeping beam, you know.
That's a good point.
Um, I like white noise personally because I think white noise, could be the random echo form, can be the random like bias cognition that like just actually turns a fight. It's never bad either. Like maybe it's like something like machine learning. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I get to draw one more card now, but uh, I like it for its potential.
In the second row, I think it's funny that Melter has an image of that enemy it's really good against.
Yeah.
I think that's cute. Well done to the game.
The game is so well designed. Like the more you play and the deeper you look into it, like you can tell how much effort the makers put into it.
I'm curious when you think is too late to start being excited or interested in genetic algorithms. I don't think I have a good sense of that. Like, I'm pretty confident it's a very good card to see early. I'm pretty confident, like, late Act 3, you have no interest, but I don't know where cutoff points are there. I really like Cold Snap a lot. So I would be most interested in Cold Snap in row 2.
In row two, Melter is good, but it's not what we need, right? It's similar damage to rebound, but the effect is good, and getting this in Act One, I think, is very very valuable. We're not looking for a second unupgraded streamline. Genetic algorithm can be pretty sweet. Um, it's got that ramp up time, It's kind of a curse early, but Act Two is still very early. Like you can definitely have like a good like 10, 12 fights on the way to Act Three. And this essentially can block like a super painful turn against like Sword and Shield or an Act boss. Kind of nice. But the real my highlights here are Cold Snap and Skim. I also like Cold Snap. It would be a Frost Orb, which would be happy to have. It'd be the start of some scaling, perhaps. And Skim is great because we have a Coffee Dripper. We have more energy, so we want draw. We want to be able to see more cards and do more stuff.
What's the upgrade there? It won't let me click it.
The Skim upgrade is draws to 4.
Okay. Row 3. I think Darkness is pretty decent. Like, I like the upgrade on it a bit. You said Beam Cell was better than I was evaluating it. You also said Turbo was better than I thought. Though, again, should be thinking in context of our deck. Storm doesn't really do anything for us right now. So, my inclination, if we had to take a card from row 3, would be Darkness over Beam Cell.
Fine. Darkness can be our scaling option. Dark orbs can get brutally ludicrous. Especially, it's kind of nice if we can like rebound darkness, so we can get it
Mm.
stacking even faster. I kind of like that. Um, Storm, as you mentioned, is trash. It can be super good, like especially if you have like creative AI. Like Storm can be your scaling option later, but we're nowhere near that without any powers. Stack is a card that's better the more cards you have in your deck. We're like at 18 cards, that's not that many. I think I start thinking about taking stack when I have like 30 cards in my deck, maybe 25. Beam Cell is really good here, and it's I think a very good card in general. Like it's free, and it can amp up the damage of our Streamline, our Rebound, our Sweeping Beam, which are all upgraded. So that's a fairly good boost to damage. Uh, Turbo is pretty good in general, but you need draw. You need to be able to use that energy. We already make 4 energy. I'm not convinced Turbo is what we want here. So I'll put my votes in for Darkness and Beam Cell. I think I slightly lean Beam Cell, but Darkness is pretty good too.
I have a
And our last row, or go ahead, sorry.
Beam Cell versus Go for the Eyes. I assume Beam Cell is substantially better in most cases. Is that wrong?
No, I wouldn't say. I
Okay.
wouldn't say. I think they're both very good, but like both, there's times where I want one and times when I want the other. Go for the Eyes is a pretty huge uh, card, honestly. A lot of multi-hit attacks get ruined by Go for the Eyes,
Hmm. I look at the bottom
like
row and
birds.
sorry, yeah.
No, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I look at the bottom row and I just see Ball Lightning and think it's Ball Lightning.
It's a good instinct because Ball Lightning is a very good card. Think it's better than anything in this row. Barrage is a card that eventually gets really good, but again, you need the Orb Gen. You need to be able to make it do damage. We don't have it's good with strength too, but we don't have any of that anyway.
I think Recursion is fun with Darkness, but
If we could take multiple cards here, oh my god, we'd be so happy. I would take like 5 or 6 cards here from this choose 20.
overall,
I'm willing to put in my like 3 suggestions.
all right, let's hear your 3.
White Noise because I love to have fun. Darkness because we need scaling, and uh, Cold Snap because it's some frost generation.
All right, my one was Cold Snap, White Noise, and Ball Lightning. But I think Ball Lightning is not super relevant to us. I like your list more.
If you're down for White Noise, I would love that.
All right, let's go White
Might not be
Noise.
the best option, but is the option that brings me the most joy.
We can play powers. We haven't gotten to play any powers.
Exactly.
So I think Lightning does full damage against these, even when they're in the air.
Correct.
Um,
Defect is one of the better characters at handling the birds.
so I guess I'd probably just play every card in the hand but defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it probably does matter which I'm hitting, so let's see this first. I tend to hit one of the ones that is powering up first so I can ground them. Or like, so they're closer to dying, I guess, not so that we can ground them. So I'd
That
probably
is a
hit the one
wise
in the back.
instinct.
I'd probably go far right.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Caw-caw. It's so silly you can get a relic that just makes you go caw-caw.
And it does nothing else in the game, right?
Yeah.
They got a sense of humor, the developers.
Alright, I'm gonna start with
Hey,
beam.
these guys are slapping you right now.
I'm gonna start by beaming them. They're slapping us. Where's your solidarity? Alright, so I'd probably strike and ball lightning the one in the no. Yeah, I guess strike and ball lightning the one in back and or sorry, rebound and ball lightning and defend once.
Rebound ball lightning does how much? Like 6 and 4 on the one in the back, or 6 and 3?
Yeah, it's not
Because I
enough to
feel like
kill.
okay, no, we have upgraded rebound. That does, or does it kill actually? Rebound ball lightning, the one in the back.
Isn't it half damage?
Yeah, it is 6 plus 4. Yeah, no, it doesn't quite, right? Although with strike it does, but then we're not blocking at all. I kind of feel like we're happy to use a potion here. Maybe the colorless potion. Although the energy potion blocks a lot of damage at least.
Alright, let's see what the colorless gives us.
Hmm.
Probably take
I guess violence could be what's in our what's in our draw pile right now.
strike, streamline, and it blanks for the third one. That does not seem
Hmm.
relevant.
That does not seem useful. uh, Maybe just like I guess the chrysalis or the metamorphosis, and we have a big turn next turn or something.
I'm
It's
gonna
kind
do
of a depressing colorless potion though.
I think I'm gonna do metamorphosis, but maybe blocking's better. I'm gonna take metamorphosis.
Guess we get meteor strike maybe.
So this is on this it only takes 3 hits total to ground them, so 2 more hits will ground one of them. That's why I wanted to go rebound ball lightning. I think you were assuming it took 3 more hits to ground one.
Oh my goodness. I always play on 820,
Yeah,
and
we're
there
yeah.
I have to fight off some instincts clearly. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, we go to your plan for sure.
So I just thought the reason you opposed it was probably that you were assuming the game was functioning as it normally does for you.
That's it. In retrospect, the energy potion probably would have been better. That way we could have just used those defends, but colorless potion's a gamble.
I'm gonna seek.
You get to get all those free cards from Metamorphosis.
Yeah, but I want to get white noise because I think it's funny, and I like
Oh,
drawing go
and
for
self
the
repair, and we want to play self repair too. Yeah,
true, and I like drawing go for the eyes next turn because that's a turn they'll be attacking, and weak will matter more.
yeah.
So let's get. I'm gonna take. I guess.
I like the Alpha one. I
Yeah.
wonder, does the Alpha one make draw back the Metamorphosis cards too? Like the zero cost Streamline will come back. I
I
don't
don't
use
know.
Metamorphosis very often, so I'm not sure.
All right, I'm gonna take self repair. And then we're gonna. And we'll see if it works. Hey!
Oh my goodness.
Just going off.
All for one off the Metamorphosis was kind of a high roll then.
Buffer's not at all relevant against these, but maybe they'll do the one hit attack.
It's often the one hit attacks that end up doing the most damage. Like there's like 15 damage sometimes. Like crazy to have to block along with the others going like 1 and 6.
Yeah, that's a good point. I want to take Cold Snap. And I think you might think
You know
Cool
what?
Headed is close here. Yeah.
I prefer cool headed.
Oh,
Like I
wow.
think draw is really good. Um we're often like wanting more cards to play, like we do also want to like remove the strike and defense. But I don't know that we want the damage of cold snap quite as much as the draw of cool headed.
Okay, first fight of the game, like your first thing, you would take Cold Snap over Cool Headed there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cold Snap early is great. You need damage. You need to kill enemies. We got a lot of the damage part covered.
Yeah.
Like the at least for minions and enemies.
Oh, that's legit. All right. Well, just know that I'm angry at you.
Sorry, you did just label Cold Snap as one of your top 3 cards in that choose 20.
All right. So, ice cream is fun, though I think not super relevant to us. Like, I'd like it if it was cheaper. Um, I like Clockwork Souvenir just in case we get a not a defrag, the bias cognition. I think that's fun. Um, card removal is good. I think you're gonna be like, this is obviously a capacitor. Whatever else, we're definitely buying capacitor. Um, and compile drivers on sale, and we now do have frost. So my interest here would
Hmm.
be something like compile driver, capacitor, just to satiate you, remove a card, and maybe one artifact. Which I think we can almost afford all of, but maybe not quite.
I think you've kind of pretty accurately summarized what I want, honestly. The Clockwork Souvenir is very strong on Defect. Like, not like Bias Cog obviously is insane, but it's really one of the characters that benefits the most from having an artifact. Um, Capacitor is good because it's our scaling option. You know, like now we have Frost Orbs. We can get, up to 5 Frost Orbs with Capacitor, 6 with its upgrade, which lets us really take the brunt of a lot of the stronger elites and bosses in Act 2. Uh, Compile Driver being so cheap is what makes it really desirable here. Again, it can be the draw 2, which is crazy good. I love removing a card here because we want that deck to be thinner so we can get to the draw and the setup faster. Forethought is apparently one of the worst cards in the game and is like only really good in like some very specific like decks that are hard to achieve. Um, so says the streamers that I watch anyway.
It's good to know when someone can be like, that card, you will never see a worse card.
Well, it kind of makes sense too, right? It's
Yeah.
like take a card and put it on the bottom of your draw pile. It's literally like you could wait like 4 turns, some 5 turns even with a bigger deck until you actually do see that card.
You are
Like
spending
it's oh,
you are
go
spending a
ahead.
card to remove a card from your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just -2 cards. Incredible work.
Right? Um, but yeah, if you have, ways to kind of manipulate your draw and your deck like quite a bit, holograms and seeks and this, like maybe it increases a bit in value, but
And you have a
and
big costly target
go
for it.
ahead.
And you need to have a big costly target for it. Like if you're
Yeah.
casting that on capacitor, like what are you doing?
Maybe if we had like Echo Form, I would consider this an interesting thought. But even then, not for like 94.
Yeah. So the way I have my screen showing, I cannot actually see the full digits of how much money I have. I can only see the bottom half of the numbers. So I think we have 350, but I might be reading it wrong.
Oh, that's funny. I see it perfectly on your stream anyway.
So I was going to ask
Um,
you. I assume you can see it the way I'm sharing. Do we have 350 gold?
we do have 350 gold.
Okay, so we can afford the 4 things we identified if we want.
Compile driver and
Compi-
capacitor and remove and clockwork souvenir.
yeah, we can do all 4 and be broke.
That'd be 101. And yeah, okay, let's do that.
All right, and I would think we're removing a strike, but
Yes.
okay.
It's nice that we've already removed quite a few.
Yeah, we're making good progress. I think we got the cleric. I would like to go left and upgrade buffer or white noise, I think. But I'm a coward.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I was considering like, can we take two elites? And maybe if I was braver, I would have said yes. Seek turn one is just bonkers.
I'm thinking white noise zap. But I could see like white noise
Uh,
buffer. I could see
no, that's
streamline.
perfect.
But white noise
Yeah,
zap?
I like that.
Hey, there's a card I'd like. I should have rebounded zap probably. I forget how rebound
I
works. I don't
mean,
know that in my
I
head.
think rebounding ball lightning is fine here too.
And I always go for the guy in front first on this fight. I think that's the better way usually.
Yes. The reason why being that if the cleric in the back dies before the knight dies, then the knight can do a triple attack on you that is much stronger than his normal one attack.
Ah, I didn't actually know that. I just thought with the way the healing worked, it tended to work out better if I went in front first. Um, Ball lightning strike buffer.
Full buffer.
Capacitor looking good this fight.
And that's the beauty of the white noise too. Like the white noise can cover the weaknesses that you can't otherwise.
Alright, streamline self-repair or cool-headed and then decide.
I like streamline self repair. And we want that self repair played for sure. They're not attacking us anyway. A bit of a wasted captain's wheel, but oh well.
Oh, this fight went well.
Yeah, I think our deck's in good shape.
I wish we had a defrag for real, though.
It can yet come.
I think another cool-headed is good.
I agree.
I was assuming upgrade white noise, but I could see buffer. Not sure what else we'd be
Um,
considering. I'd probably go, my order would
so
probably be white noise, buffer, self-repair.
I think buffer would be great. I'm not too keen on a self repair upgrade. Like we're pretty close to full health. We're like healing consistently most fights. I think I'd rather have something that's more impactful. Like capacitor lets us scale more, which could be good against some of the elites. Buffer going to 2 is very powerful. And upgrading the cool headeds will eventually be what we focus on later too. Like
Hmm.
having more draw with the cool headeds is letting us do more stuff.
Hmm.
Um, the white noise is good, but the white noise is variable, right?
Right.
It's not the guaranteed value that buffer or capacitor would be. Um,
I just love
and
making
we
things
have,
cheaper.
or go ahead, sorry.
No, I just love making things cheaper, so it's always my first instinct. Continue.
It's a good instinct, you know, lets you obviously play more cards. We have draw, so we want cards that cost nothing. But we since we do have 4 energy, like it's less a big deal to get the energy cost down.
True. Alright, compromise buffer.
I'm down with that.
Gonna start with white noise, I think.
Let's see what we get.
Then I'm gonna draw some cards. Maybe I should save that in case I draw a rebound or something, but
I think that's fine. Hopefully we don't take too much damage here. Ooh, Equilibrium is a lifesaver, that's for sure.
yeah. Any case for like rebounding Equilibrium, or I should just play it? Probably Equilibrium, Cool-Headed, Self-Repair, I guess.
We could maybe even rebound the Cool-Headed, like get more Frost Orbs going. Not quite sure. I mean, we definitely Equilibrium. Do we rebound it?
They probably
I'm not
attack
sure.
next turn too.
I think so. I'm actually not 100% sure on this enemy's AI. Like, I know it like has its debuff move, but I don't know. Like, and it can attack twice in a row. That's for sure. But I don't think it's certain either.
I'm gonna rebound Equilibrium, I think.
At least it'll let us hold on to more cards and just make the same choices next turn too.
Yeah. I forgot this was the turn we get stuff, but this could be a good turn for us.
Good call on the Equilibrium. Although,
so I think we
actually,
buffer
not,
defend
because we have the Captain's Wheel.
But if we buffer defend here, then we cover with the Frost Orb, and we have 1 mana to spend, and we'll have buffer up for the future.
Yeah, and we can self-repair, and that way that is done with.
Like, I feel like we got up all the things we need to get up.
What's so nice
What a
about
bad
Captain's
Seek.
Wheel.
Alright, well, we can at least make the Seek better.
Yeah, terrible Seek suddenly turns into amazing Seek with a Cool-Headed.
I think I'm just going to take Zap and Ball Lightning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dead here.
You are correct. Block Potion. Hey!
Ooh, there's the defrag.
I don't know if we've talked about Reboot. I think Reboot's pretty good. I think we're taking defrag.
We're definitely taking defrag. Defrag is what we've been longing for. That focus is our scaling. Reboot is a pretty good card generally, but it also sometimes all you want to do is get all your powers in, get your setup, but this will put everything back into your draw pile. And so if you're bottoming your most important card, like your defrag or your echo form or whatever, you're just making it even harder for you to draw it. So it can backfire.
Oh, I'm excited to have gotten a defrag.
Am I?
I think we streamline Rebound to kill the 2 and White Noise. I assume rebounding White Noise doesn't cheat Exhaust out of the way, but I like rebounding Streamline and then using White Noise, and that gets rid of the 2 minions, so we take nothing.
Perfectly executed turn. And indeed, Rebound cannot bring the power back into our...
And yet, I made a mistake. Because I forgot.
No, I think even with the additional Gremlin Horn energy and draw, I think this is what we would have wanted to do on our turn anyway. Oh. That's so good for
to get that on this
minions.
fight when there's minions, yeah. Oh man. Alright, well I'm just gonna play the defrag even if maybe we should draw first, because
that's why White Noise is the pick.
Alright. What are we drawing with?
Perfect Captain's Wheel. Man, this relic is beautiful.
Alright, Seek gets us a ball lightning, which is fun here. So I'm gonna do that. Buffer
We can also
ball.
buffer.
Yeah. Oh man. We have infinite mana. Alright. Buffer.
We just want that draw. The cool-headed upgrades are gonna make a big difference.
I really want a full block just so that we keep the buffer. I think I will. I think defend and self-repair is fine. I don't think we're in a rush. This fight doesn't particularly ramp. Like, it ramps slowly, but...
You can kill his minions. Like, he just spends so many turns, like, uselessly reviving them. And we have lots of AoE. I mean, especially with electrodynamics.
Alright, this fight went well. This fight makes our deck look good.
Indeed.
Oh, this is fun, so... Alright, that looks good. Hey, I like Potion Belt.
Potion Belt is sweet, especially since we already had 2 potions here.
Okay, these are interesting cards for us. You're a fan of Skim, a card I've never taken in my life. But we have 2 other interesting cards that you've also mentioned Hologram a bunch, and Hologram seems pretty fun. And it goes down to 0, I think, on the upgrade. In cost.
Yes. Yes.
And I
Or no, sorry, it doesn't. It's the upgrade does not go down to 0. The upgrade makes it not exhaust and like 2 block. But that's huge. The not exhaust, because hologram is a card you want to be using over and over and again. It's basically, you know, like a backwards seek. It's basically like, let me just grab any card from the discard pile, and often that's going to be the choice of a lot of cards.
And I like Chill.
Chill is an excellent card.
I would pick Chill over Hologram. I'm getting the sense that you'd pick... I'm not sure what I'm getting the sense of now that you said Chill is an excellent card. But I would take Chill here.
Dude, I would take all 3 of these. Like, I'm so torn here. Chill is excellent, you know, like so many multi-enemy fights, especially with these elites. Although we did just fight the gremlin leader. Who's the boss this act, actually?
I think the boss is summons, but does not start with 3. I think this is 1, right?
Right. Okay, so that's actually some anti-synergy on the chill, because we have it's an upgraded chill, which means it's innate, which means we always have it on first turn, which is hilariously less good against automaton, even though it does have the minions.
Yeah.
So I've cooled off on the chill a little. Hologram is amazing. Hologram is my pick, but I'm also loving Skim, because Skim is the more draw that we want. Especially, you know, you've been seeing like with the Gremlin Horn energy and these crazy turns that we can just keep having. But I'm putting my vote on Hologram.
All right, I'm comfortable with Hologram. I would like to go right so I can dodge more fights with events.
Sure. Pretty similar path.
I guess we're taking the key. We can't rest.
Yeah. Dreamcatcher, actually useless for us with the coffee dripper. Actually, really nice though that it's the blue key option on such a terrible relic.
Yeah, true. I want to do defrag.
Agree.
All right, cool. Your pause there put the fear god in me. Like, is this
hologram, cool-headed, like, are definitely things we do want to upgrade as well, though. But the +2 I think is worth it, especially since we have the compile driver. I mean, the capacitor.
Right, This was the dumbest turn I've ever had.
Some turns are no-brainers.
Hologram can get zap. I think I'm on Streamline Cool-Headed Hologram. Maybe Cool-Headed first, but Cool-Headed Hologram Streamline.
Yeah, I would Cool-Headed first, see what we get. Because this is a lot of damage coming our... I mean, I guess we do have the buffers, but... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess... I guess capacitor streamline.
Capacitor, yeah. Alright, well. Good job,
That's
buffer.
what we have the buffers for.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pain too. We can full block with our block potion if we want to.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
The captain's wheel is just coming in clutch as usual.
Alright. In that case. I'm fine taking 2 damage. Oh, we're not taking 2 damage.
Or not even, actually,
yeah.
yeah.
So good.
Perfect block.
I guess we could draw 2 to get Seek to hit everything. But I think I'm just gonna White Noise Equilibrium and start by drawing, but then probably White Noise and Equilibrium.
I like, yeah, I mean, let's see what white noise is, right? Like, and then we can decide whether we want to do it or... Man, that's not the most useful thing, actually, we could have got, but...
I'm just gonna full block. I don't think we're in a rush. Yeah, so like even like Rebound, Equilibrium, Cool-Headed blocks everything, so why not? Just keep getting more stuff.
Playing Act 2 quite well. We're gonna be full health after this fight too.
Ooh. I guess none of this was I could use. Oh. Alright. I quite like Glacier in general. And I probably like it here. Reinforced Body is helped by having more energy to choose between. But it's not that exciting. I would take Glacier or Skip.
Glacier is, in my opinion, like one of the best cards in the game.
Wow.
Like, so often, like, Defect just wants to set up, you know, it just wants to get its engine going. And this gives you 2 Frost Orbs, which can scale with capacitors, which can scale with defrag. We have both of those. And it's a crazy amount of block that can also even do damage by like evoking zap or lightning orbs, evoking dark orbs.
It's 11
give you more energy
with continuous upside.
That's it.
All right, cool.
I do have to give an honorable mention to Reinforced Body. It's a very good card, especially when you have energy like we do now. It can be like 28 block. You get some deck scaling, it's even more.
I'm very uninspired by this shop.
I was gonna say the same thing, yeah. Do we actually want to buy a 3rd Cool-Headed? Maybe?
I want to skip this shop.
I think I'm down to hold our money too. Like, maybe there's an argument to like get a power potion instead of like the weak. Yeah, but I would, there's no point. We're at full potions anyway.
It's so nice to get Seek turn 1.
We've been getting it frequently too, I feel like.
So I think I might take... Man, you've really turned me around on Equilibrium. I was thinking of taking
Right?
Defrag and Equilibrium just to full block here. Or, yeah, full block. Yeah, I think I want that. Defrag Equilibrium.
Equilibrium and defrag.
Actually, maybe
Or
Defrag
you
and
could
Glacier.
honestly defrag Glacier.
Yeah, Defrag
Defrag
Glacier.
Capacitor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Zap or
And then you
Glacier
can even
first?
rebound the Glacier. Oh,
Alright, in that case, I'm going to put the Glacier up first. Which means rebound first. And then zap.
got yourself on that one.
Yeah, I have trouble with rebound. Not used to it. I guess there's a case for evoking the 2 we have and then capacitoring, but I think that's wrong.
4 times 4, 16 plus the 7. We full block anyway. It's
Yeah,
I think
we
it's
full
better
block,
to
yeah.
Capacitor
You're
and
right.
then Glacier, yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't realized we full block. Yeah, good call.
I got you.
You know how to multiply. It's a...
We haven't taken damage yet this act. Like, this is kind of insane.
Hey. And we're not going to this fight. I might have spoken too early, but...
This guy's toast. He does scale, but we have damage options.
He is scaling, though.
If we're actually worried about ever losing health, I would just throw the weak potion at him.
Good call.
But
And also, if we
I
take
actually
less than
don't think it's going to happen.
7, it's nothing. I would like to start with cool-headed.
Sure.
Maybe we need to be doing damage, but it does do damage.
Cool-headed does do damage, exactly.
Alright. I would like to... something in equilibrium. Probably Ball Lightning, just because it evokes the orb. We can streamline next turn.
Cat. Equilibrium full blocks. Although I think we want to streamline for sure. Or, yeah, we can even Ball Lightning streamline. And is...
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
already been...
No, that's perfect. That was the full block I was thinking of, actually. Full.
Alright, that went well. Alright, Molten Egg. Should be...
Relic.
I guess Barrage is pretty good for us.
Barrage is great now. We have Capacitor, and our White Noise can give us another Capacitor, like, and it's upgraded. This Barrage could hit big time.
I probably should have waited to see if you had thoughts on other cards, but I assume it was just
I already
Barrage.
forget what the other cards were. It was so obviously Barrage.
There was a Claw Plus. Alright, meat on the bone.
Still garbage.
And you want cool-headed or hologram? I'd like to go hologram.
Cool-headed hologram. I'm tempted by Capacitor now that we took the Barrage, because that's kind of a nice synergy. But cool-headeds and holograms have been the priority. Like, I don't know if I should get distracted by capacitors.
Let's go hologram.
I would go hologram.
Alright, boss time. Alright, gonna be a complicated turn. Hey. This is not a fight where, yeah. One of the Act 2 bosses, you're like, once you get the champion, I think, like, there can be reason to be slow at the start. But here I don't think there is, and we should just dual cast.
Yeah. I agree. You know, the meat on the bone relic that we got is normally a super good relic that heals a ton of damage, but I actually think it's kind of worthless for us right now.
Sure. I kind of want to streamline capacitor cool-headed.
I would cool headed first, but
Yeah,
I mean, that mostly sounds good to me.
Yeah. And I guess hit the one maybe in the front.
Okay, hold on. This guy's stealing, and so this guy always steals the rarest card in your draw pile. What do we have in our draw pile?
Seeker Buffer.
It's gonna take, yeah, Seeker Buffer. Kind of annoying. Yeah, maybe I would peg the one on the left. Because we'd be happy to be able to control when we get either of those cards.
And I don't think we need to use the block potion here or anything.
Maybe not this turn. Yeah, we are at full health.
I suspect we'll find a use for it this fight, but
Took buffer. Okay. I think we're happy with that.
alright, I'm gonna seek. I think. Yeah, lots of pleasant stuff. Maybe white noise first, just to know if it changes anything.
Sure.
Storm. Okay.
I think we're using white noise no matter what. Storm is kind of whatever.
Well, now self-repair gives us a lightning orb.
I suppose there's that. Then I guess I would like Glacier Barrage. Prepare for the barrage damage.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Hologram's trash. We didn't even use it. Confirmed bad card.
I mean, sometimes it's as useful as a Seek on the bottom of your deck.
Right, I guess I'll start with Rebound. Kill this.
We get our buffer back.
So buffer equilibrium, we keep one of the buffers.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, we get to go off. Too many cards in hand. I'm just gonna play stuff.
You can actually start doing whatever you want, I think.
You think this is safe? This is discard pile. Well, I think it would be funny to hit them with another barrage.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you're doing now is you're just like stacking the orbs and smacking it with barrage.
Alright, it's the big turn.
We still have our buffer, so we're just laughing at it.
That's true. Good point. Alright, so I'm going to rebound Streamline then.
I like the ball lightning, because we know it doesn't attack after
Next
its hyper
turn.
beam, so
we don't need Frost Orbs this turn. Yeah, barrage is doing work.
That's another thing that on the lower ascension levels is this guy gets like stunned after his hyper beam, but on 820 or like at a certain ascension level, maybe it's 17, but he instead does a buff after the hyper beam.
Hmm. I guess actually defend is more block, but this does one extra little damage, so.
This will have been a great act 2.
Oops. But that was silly. I had nothing in the pile to
You're
hologram.
just toying with him.
All right. Um,
I think I would take a liquid memories over one energy potion.
all right. Well, you've mentioned creative AI many times. I think we talked about Rainbow last time, and you said it is very good. Um, Machine learning is a card I have never been interested in. You're going to be like, free card draw. Obviously, free card draw is good. What are you talking about? You have more cards. This is great. I think it is kind of slow and clunky, though. And I think we don't have that much. We don't have payoff for powers. So I think it's. And creative AI is very much like it gives us a way to scale and like win fights we wouldn't win because we can just keep playing powers. If we were already doing that, I'm not sure how much of a win more card it would be, but I think it's got to be creative AI here. That was a
Well,
jumble of thoughts. Sorry,
machine
Travis.
learning is obviously great. It's more draw. You get more cards. um, but I don't think it's as good as creative AI here. Machine learning is just kind of like generically decent, like for the longer fights. But it isn't a card that does anything particularly interesting on the turn you draw it, and possibly on future turns. Rainbow is pretty good. It lets you fill up those orb slots right away. We don't have any dark orb generation, and so maybe Rainbow is kind of interesting for that. But I kind of think it's not really in line with what we're doing. We're just trying to get a lot of frost orbs, block a lot, while we smack them with barrages. Creative AI can be like the ceiling with creative AI is insane. It could be more capacitors, it could be more defrags, it could be a bias cog. When we have the souvenir, it's got to be creative AI.
All right. Okay. I really don't like Sozu in general. I think potions are very good, and it's just a long time to go committed to just the potions we have. Maybe there's a case for it with just one act to go, but I'm very skeptical of Sozu. Also, we are already at 4 energy. If we take Fusion Hammer, campfires are really doing nothing, but also, I probably feel better about that than Sozu. And then the bailout option, I'd be happy to remove either 2 strikes or a strike and a defend. Um, but I think I shouldn't be like terrified of downside. But I probably do go Cage over Fusion Hammer over Sozu here.
Oh, I think this is a super interesting decision point here. The so's like more energy is always good, like we're just getting more and more draw. Let us keep playing cards forever.
Creative AI appreciates it.
The 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 big downside is we have the potion belt. Feels like a kind of a big waste to take a Sozu when we could have so much more. Um, our potions right now are like solid, but like nothing that is like game breaking. Um, the fusion hammer, we have a lot of cards upgraded. Truthfully, like if we just kind of look through our deck, I think a lot of key cards have been upgraded, right? I think maybe we'd still be really happy if we could upgrade that capacitor. Um, and as you mentioned, since we can't rest anyway, it feels really bad to take Fusion Hammer when we can do nothing at a campfire, and possibly even two if we're not able to dodge specific campfires on this map. How many forced campfires do we have, I wonder?
Yeah, won't tell us.
Could we look at that?
We can look at the last map, but not the next one.
Oh, that's true. You're right. It's silly me. The empty cage is very good. I think we have 2 strikes left, right?
I think so. Yeah.
We do have 4 energy already. 5 would be sweet, but I think I could be argued into taking the empty cage, because that essentially is more card draw, right? Removing dud cards like strikes. And then my second vote would be the Sozu. Like, feels bad with a potion belt, but we do have 4 potions. And, like, we're winning most fights pretty well, right? Like, have we even used a potion all of Act 2? No. So I think we could take Sozu comfortably, even, perhaps.
5 energy is a lot.
And I would take Fusion. And Fusion Hammer, is my last pick.
I'm now Sozu curious. Let's go Sozu.
Okay.
No, you want
It's
to
a
go empty
shame.
cage? All right,
It's
we
a
can
shame
go
for
empty
that
cage.
potion belt.
We can go empty cage.
Oh, you're going the empty cage? Okay.
Well, now you sounded skeptical of
Oh,
both.
it's a shame
So.
for that 5 energy. I did say it's an interesting decision.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of close on them, honestly. The empty cage and the Sozu, but follow your gut.
You turned me. So, do you want to start Act 3 today, or do you want to stop here?
I think I'll stop there. Yeah, and then we can do Act 3 another time. I think that's a good length too for the videos.
Sounds good. Do you want to say any final words before I end the recording?
That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Always a pleasure, and looking forward to Act 3.
All right.